Hello and welcome to Drummers Review. I'm Nolly and today we're looking at a HighWood custom series snare drum. This particular drum is a 14 by 5.5 inch size. It's got a 14 ply birch shell and a Saturnalia, also known as applewood veneer. HighWood Drums and Percussion are a UK-based builder. They're up in West Yorkshire and they've been making drums for close to 15 years now, and their handmade drums are surprisingly affordable. The custom series snare drums allow you to choose almost any kind of timbre within reason and any combination thereof. There's also pretty much any size you might want, a huge range of finishes too, and to top it off, the drum will be delivered with your own choice of heads. This particular drum comes in at £475, which for a custom UK-built snare drum is very reasonable. If you did want to go absolutely crazy with exotic timbres, you might expect to pay a bit more, but apart from that, this is just about as expensive as a custom snare from HighWood will go. Let's take a listen to how this drum sounds in a few different tunings and come back for some more comments. Upon unboxing this snare drum, we were all struck with how good looking it is. I think the Saturnalia veneer looks lovely. It's got a beautiful landscape figuring to it. The vintage style tube lugs look great. And furthermore, I also happen to think the HighWood logo looks very classy on there. Looking inside the shell, it's really nice to see they put a veneer on the inside of the drum as well. I think that's a really neat touch. The gloss polyester finish is really well applied on this. It's got a beautiful gloss to it. I'd also be really intrigued to see a timbre like this with a matte finish. I think that could look very classy too. As we mentioned, you can order your own HighWood drum with basically any drum head you might want, but this particular review model came to us with an Evans Power Center reverse dot on the top, a snare side 300 underneath, and it also came with a set of Pure Sound Custom Pro wires. This snare drum was a huge hit for us sonically too. Immediately it had a loud, full-bodied sound that wasn't boxy and at the same time was extremely crisp and defined. We felt that this snare held up in every tuning range. The low range was very full without being overly muddy. The mid-range just sang. In fact, that would probably be our favorite, but it was really great to see that you could crank this snare up and it didn't seem to choke out at all. I personally think this is a really good choice of heads and wires for this drum because it had a great combination of overtones and fundamental pitch, and those wires are just super crisp without being overbearing. Being a satisfying and bangy snare drum, we feel like it's going to hold its own both live and in the studio. In fact, I'd say this is a particularly studio-friendly, versatile snare. We feel like this drum would be at home in pretty much any situation, except perhaps with the very hardest hitters that absolutely have to have a metal-shelled snare. The build quality with this drum is absolutely top-notch too. The bearing edges are perfect and the drum tuned up with absolute ease. It's also worth noting that it seemed to hold its tuning particularly well, which is always a joy for any drummer out there who doesn't want to spend their whole time fiddling with those lugs. The included nickelwork strainer is a great design. It's very smooth and assertive to use, so no complaints there at all. As you may be able to tell, we were huge fans of this drum. It's really rare to come across something of this quality, custom made in the UK at this price point. At a very reasonable £475, we feel like this drum is in direct competition with a lot of mass-produced drums out there that don't even come close to the quality. For anyone in the UK in the market for a wood snare, we'd highly recommend checking out the HighWood Custom Series. Given the huge amount of options and customizability, we feel certain that almost any drummer could find something that would be perfect for their needs. Thank you so much for watching this video. We really hope you've enjoyed it. Definitely leave us a comment and subscribe for more reviews in the future, and I will see you next time at Drummers Review.